are learning on it? What are uh, mm, let's say whatever later? Significant strides. Apple Intelligence Platform announced WWDC 24 declared iOS 18, iPad, OS 18, Sequoia, launch and expansion. Beta for developers and testers July 29, 24, partial public release, October 28, 24, 18.1, Sequoia 3.1, free for users with compatible devices, iPhone 15 Pro and later, with M1 or newer chips, expanded to new languages, regions, EU, localized English for India and Singapore. Okay. Siri enhancements receive a major overhaul with improved natural language understanding, new glowing edge screen design, ability to type commands, and smaller queries contextually, asking about the weather for a previously mentioned event location. Features like on-screen awareness, adding a texted address to context, texted address to context and cross actions, enhancing a photo and adding it to notes, are in development for future updates. Deeper personalization, multi-app data integration, or delayed. Hmm. Deeper personalization, multi-app data integration has been delayed when it's due to development challenges. Writing tools, proofread, rewrite, summarize, adjust the tone of context. We're definitely seeing some new developments in the Notes app. Professional, concise, friendly summary, summaries can be generated as paragraphs, bullet points, tables, or lists. Integration was added via Compose and describe your change features, enabling more dynamic text modification. Supports natural language search, my skateboarding, and a so for photos and videos, including specific video moments. Cleanup tool was extracting objects from photos like preserving the original image integrity, memories, crafting storylines or thematic chapters. Whoa, image playground, 8.2. Image playground is a massive one. They could have just acquired any startup that one on Twitter generates AI images from text prompts and styles like animation and sketch. Image one and nose transforms rough sketches into polished images. Emoji allows users to create. Actually, I'm so curious. What are all the acquisitions Apple made in 2024 and 2025? Let's see. Made a notification, privacy integration, powered by GPT-4 or system-wide. Delegate complex queries to ChatGPT with user consent required for data sharing. It's opt-in free and obscures IP address for privacy. Integrate other models like Google's Gemini in the future. Hmm. Okay. Emphasizes privacy with on-device processing for most tasks and private cloud compute for complex requests. Apple Silicon servers end-to-end encryption contrasts with competitors relying on third-party servers. Outperforms small models, Mistral, Google, Microsoft. Matches the GPT-4 performance. Priority messages in mail highlights version emails, same-day invitations. Users can view email summaries without opening messages and summarize long threads. Reduce interruptions. Focus mode prioritizes high priority notifications using AI. Well, this is really good. This is really good. This is going to be really important because sometimes you cannot just have a manual switch, manual specification for every kind of notification. So if AI can just understand the context and be like, okay, this is important, that would be really cool. But that also requires deeper personalization. AI-powered features for the Apple Watch, visual intelligence by cameras embedded in future models expected in 2 years. This could enable real-time translations, food recognition, AR navigation. developed alongside camera-enabled AirPods and Apple Watches. AI-powered battery optimization mode is planned for iOS 19, aimed at extending battery life, particularly for the iPhone 17 Air. Battery optimization mode. Yeah, battery optimization is going to be the next big thing. The next big thing. We saw the Whoop went from 4 days to now 14 days of battery. So definitely iPhone can go from 1 day, 2 days to 7 days maybe. Let's see. Release fast VLM vision language model optimized for iPhones, enabling real-time high-resolution image processing for on-device apps. MGIE model. Guided image editing allows natural language-based image editing with pixel-level precision, released as open source. MGIE LLM guided image editing allows natural language-based image editing with pixel-level precision, released as open source. Strategic shift and challenges, organization challenges, restructuring its AI and machine learning teams, redistributing resources across the company to focus on product integration. Tell me more. Give me specific details. That'll be cool. Organizational changes, historical context, initially secretive, deterring talent acquisition. 2015, it has expanded its AI team, acquired AI companies, and published more research. 2017, A11 Bionic Chip Group introduced a neural engine for machine learning tasks. Competitive pressure, the rapid rise of generative AI caught Apple off guard. Okay, okay. Is this like, is this something that they have agreed that yes, we were caught off guard? That would be very interesting. Wow, caught off guard, prompting refocus on AI after canceling its self-driving car project. Some CE features announced for 25 have been pushed for 26, reflecting the complexity of integrating personalized context-aware AI. Exploring AI search option for Safari, including partnerships with OpenAI, Perplexity, Anthropic, even XAI's Grok. Google search dominance faces scrutiny. Intent to diversify its AI ecosystem. Right. So they're just going for all models. It's really important. Like if you are not making a model, if you are not investing in building a model, then it's really important to just diversify. Careful approach, prioritizing privacy and on-device processing has drawn mixed sentiments. Some users and analysts feel Apple is playing catch-up to competitors who have advanced AI systems. Third-party app integration, app intent API, potential expansions, smart home, privacy on-device processing, seamless ecosystem integration positions it uniquely, though it faces challenges in matching the pace of competitors in generative AI. Okay. New prepares this feature, 19, iOS 19 coming this fall. Battery optimization mode to extend battery life, particularly aimed at 17 Air, feature to offset a small, low battery. Dedicated chip for upcoming non-AR glasses to rival the Meta Ray-Bans. All right, so this is coming, 8 May. Okay. New chips for AirPods and Apple Watches with cameras, high-end AI server chip, as well as new M series Mac chips. Alphabet thinks 5% of Apple Explorer's AI search in its browser. Searches in browser fell for first time in April. MCP. You're hearing a lot about MCP. What is MCP? Fast real-time processing prompt. The answer is three. Okay. What is written? Okay. I need to look into what is MCP as well. Apple plans to add AI search options to Safari. Current events, parenting, compare, troubleshoot. This released the weights for fast, real, and efficient vision and coding for vision language models. Avan Kumar, Mitchell, Goko, Peter, and Apple. Scaling the input image resolution is essential for enhancing the performance of a vision language model. However, popular visual encoders such as VITs become inefficient at high resolution due to the large number of tokens and high encoding latency caused by stacked self-attention layers. Okay, let's look at the acquisitions, quick enhancements. Wave 1, video compression, streaming processing for devices, Mira, augmented reality, got it. DIS records, music and audio content library. Okay. So they just acquired a record holding music music offerings potentially for got it. Mayday candidate tools with an ideal time scheduling engine, enhanced scheduling and productivity features and calendar and reminder-based app. Canadian startup shut down post acquisition. Mayday ideal time scheduling engine. Wow. Darwin AI. Modern development specializing in smaller parts-based systems for on-device processing. Dozens of staff joined the AI division. Data to lab. Data to lab. On-device processing and computer vision technology. Analytics for Apple Intelligence. Possibly for visual intelligence features. French startup. Christie. Improves manufacturing processes. Video and data for real-time error detection and device assembly. Or Mayday leads the way beyond the calendar. I will also about this team. Okay. Track assembly using video data, enabling real-time error detection to inform better romics, visualizing large health data sets, hinting another broader ambitions of wellness and diagnostics. Point table, production grade retrieval, augmented generation systems. Pixel Mater, image editing software, cost-effective competitive with Adobe Photoshop. Integrated in Apple's Photos app or other creative tools. Based in Vilnius. This is interesting. So Mater, data to lab, Darwin, ABS records, Mira. Subscription on Prime Video in India. Prime Video and Apple TV Plus partner for add-on subscription in India. Visa bids are nominated to replace MasterCard as Apple's new credit card partner. For wow, it's very interesting, like how you have to bid. So that's for the Apple card. Visa and Amex reportedly vying for takeover. I first 100 million to get credit card business. Satellite plans could be stalled by Starlink. iPhone 17 Samsung's best display technology, using integration on more digital platforms. Toshiba sells its memory chips to Bain and Apple. In 2025, Global Star 20% stake. Satellite service provider. Okay, so they're getting into Starlink. Invested 1.5, 20% stake, securing 85% of the network capacity to enhance satellite connectivity features such as emergency texting on iPhones. Mindful acquisition was a significant strategic investment. At least 10 confirmed, one significant small innovative companies to integrate their technologies into existing products. The confidentialness revealed by press of regulatory disclosures. And there's a lot of unconfirmed ones not relevant to this time frame. Secret in nature means the actual number of acquisitions could be higher. Tim Cook estimated Apple acquires a company every 2 to 3 weeks. What? 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 Tell me more. Tell me the philosophy or strategy behind this. This actually makes sense. When you have so much money, what do you do with it? You just keep acquiring the technology that is the best that has been proven, and then you bring them in-house. Okay. Restructuring its AI and machine learning teams, redistributing resources across the company to focus on product integration, centralized division, more distributed model focused on integrating capabilities across the product ecosystem. Restructuring began in early 25. Internal meeting held around March 2025. The executives, Craig Federici, SVP, Mike Rockwell, Vision Products, John Gianandrea, Machine Learning AI Strategy, Robbie Walker, CV Lead, Robbie Walker, okay, Tim Morat, EB Software Development, changes without taking questions, indicating a top-down director. Performance concerns, accelerate integration to products, broader strategy across ecosystem, unified AI ML organization to a structure where AI expertise is embedded within product specific teams. Face criticism for lagging behind competitors, particularly in generative and chatbot capabilities. The restructuring is partly a response to these challenges as well as delays in delivering advanced new features. Announced at WWDC. Specific changes. Dissolution of centralized division. Dismantling the unified organization previously led by John since 2018 when he was recruited from Google to centralize the efforts. Meta pushes smart glasses Sri Lankan Guardian. Okay. Resources, personnel, expertise, technology are being redistributed to various product and engineering teams across the company to foster tight integration of AI into specific hardware and software offerings, consolidating it into one leadership to streamline operations as the company now prioritizes product-specific innovation. That makes so much sense. It's not an afterthought. It's not an afterthought. It is thought while you're building the product. Leadership realignment, previously overseeing both in robotics, exclusively on the initiatives, pivotal in advancing AI and intelligence. There's speculation he may be preparing to step back, setting the stage for leadership transition. On Turnus, robotics hardware projects, exploratory work on personal robotics, tabletop robotic device. Concentrate on software and algorithms. Mike Rockwell, Craig Federighi, CU team previously under Ginandria was moved to report to Mike Rockwell, who oversees Vision Pro and reports Federighi. This aligned sees development with Apple's software and mixed reality efforts, aiming to enhance its integration with Vision OS and other platforms. Leading the robotics team, Lynch now reports to Turnus, further separating robotics from software development. Hmm. Resource distribution, personal reassignment. Product teams such as those working on iOS, macOS, Vision OS, Safari, CU, hardware divisions directly applied to enhance features like natural language processing, computer vision, and on-device ML focused product teams. are now integrating AI directly, as seen with features like cleanup in photos, writing tools, priority messages in mail. This reduces reliance on a central AI team to develop and hand off technologies, right? Cross-functional collaboration, integrated hardware software model to embed seamlessly while maintaining privacy through on-device processing or private cloud compute. Context-aware generative AI powered assistant monolithic model based on LLMs plans to integrate on-screen awareness cross-app actions, embedding the features across apps like Notes, Mail, and Photos. The Compose feature in writing tools integrated uses ChatGPT for dynamic text generation, expanding partnerships with OpenAI, Google, potentially Perplexity, integrating third-party models into Safari and Siri, building proprietary LLMs to reduce reliance on external providers. Safari and search, reduce dependence on Google search, proprietary search model, decline in Safari searches as users shifted tools, prompting to pivot toward AI-driven search. Bake Off was conducted to evaluate AI providers, leading to ChatGPT's initial integration with plans for modular AI systems. Hmm, interesting. Tell me more about Bake Off. Hardware battery optimization. So they're going to launch that for 17 Air hardware camera enabled AirPods is being supported by redistributed resources, enable features like visual intelligence, real-time translations, food recognition, Vision Pro, AR, VR. Depth Pro for monocular metric depth estimation, mm, image editing, and view synthesis. Health focus teams to enhance features like those in Apple Watch, sleep apnea detection, potential diagnostic tools, leveraging acquisitions like Betteromics for health data visualization. Sound classification, language analysis are being improved through on-device ML supported by redistributed AI expertise. Performance concerns, superficial, triage approach to evaluate and refine the offerings, delays, advanced Siri features and proprietary LLM development have faced setbacks, with some features delayed to 26, necessitating the restructuring to streamline development. Leadership dynamics, underestimation of sample demand, initial skepticism to LLMs contributed to delays, leading to the current push for more product-focused strategy. Wow, this is very interesting because that's the problem with top-down leadership, top-down goal-oriented. Like you're just letting people know that okay, this is what we are doing, and nobody is actually experimenting and playing with the market. Nobody's actually exploring what's happening in the free market. Geopolitical market pressures. We'll look into that as well. All right. Navigating global scrutiny, digital markets act, competition from Google, Meta, opening and driving the need for proprietary and strategic partnerships. Sentiment, future outlook. As we overcome past missteps and align AI with product-driven culture. AI's trouble disaster. And other optimistic about upcoming LLM-based CV upgrades. Very interesting. All right, let's look at this. Deliberate strategic philosophy aimed at enhancing the ecosystem, maintaining competitive advantage, fostering innovation while preserving its core focus on integrated hardware, software, and services. 2025 acquisitions annually, rooted in Apple's broader business philosophy and operation approach. Core overarching philosophy of delivering seamless high-quality user experiences through deep integration of hardware, software services. The strong emphasis on privacy, innovation, and ecosystem control. Strong emphasis on ecosystem control. Pursue large, high-profile mergers for market dominance, diversification. Surgical targeting smaller, innovative companies to acquire talent, technology, or IP can be quietly integrated into the ecosystem. Aligns with the culture of secrecy focused on long-term value and aversion to disruptive headline-grabbing acquisitions. Hmm. Ecosystem enhancement. Tightly controlled ecosystem, filling gaps in technology and expertise, privacy and security, and with the privacy-first stance, favoring on-device processing and secure solutions over cloud-dependent or data-heavy approaches. Privacy-first stance, favoring on-device processing and secure solutions over cloud-dependent or data-heavy approaches. Talent acquisition, equity hiring, bringing in top talent engineers, researchers, and designers who can accelerate the internal development, incremental innovation, betting on unproven markets requires to refine existing products or enable next generation features, ensuring steady evolution or revolutionary pivots. Stealth and integration avoids publicizing acquisition to prevent competitive scrutiny and integrates acquired technologies so seamlessly that users rarely notice their origins. Strategic objectives, accelerating innovation, take years to develop in-house. Acquisition of Darwin AI brought expertise and efficient on-device models, especially supporting super intelligence features like SEAL. Keep pace with fast-moving fields without diverting resources from its core product lines, filling the gaps. Lacks expertise or needs to catch up. Data collab bolstered computer vision capabilities likely for visual intelligence and pixel enhanced photo editing tools for photos. Risk of falling behind competitors as seen in Apple's response to generative AI advancements by acquiring AI startups to counter OpenAI and Google. Yeah, so you have to be careful. You're competing with them, but you also want to use them to make your products better, to be at par, and then you can internally keep developing. And even OpenAI knows that. These guys are gonna try to copy it. It's an acquisition. Acquire small startups made a better omics to onboard specialized teams. These acqui-hires bring niche expertise in areas like AI, machine learning, data, health data, and analytics, which are critical for projects like Apple Intelligence, Health Features, and Apple Watch. Integration of talent ensures Apple retains innovators who align with its culture of excellence and secrecy. Maintaining ecosystem control. By acquiring companies with complementary technologies, Apple reduces reliance on third-party providers, ensuring greater control over its supply chain, software stack, and user experience. The Global Star investment secured satellite connectivity for iPhone emergency features, reducing dependence on external networks. Mm. Greater control over supply chain, software stack, user experience, reducing dependence on external networks. This aligns with the vertical integration model, controls everything from silicon to software, preempting competition, exploring IP and talent in high demand fields. Mia strengthen Apple's AR/VR capabilities for Vision Pro, keeping it ahead of Meta's Quest. Also prevents competitors from leveraging these technologies against Apple in the market, diversifying revenue streams. Music, BIS, health, growing service business. Diversifies revenue beyond hardware, still a key focus as iPhone growth slows. Small scale, low profile, 10 to 100 employees, often pre-revenue or early stage, where deal sizes typically below 500 million. Beats 3 billion was an outlier. Most deals like Darwin Data Lab are undisclosed or reported later through regulatory filings or leaks. Avoids integration challenges of large mergers, unlike Microsoft's 69 billion Activision acquisition. Hmm. Secrecy and non-disclosure. Rarely confirms acquisitions unless required. Rare public acknowledgement, likely to signal confidence to investors without revealing specifics. Shut down public operations, made his website closed post-acquisition and the technologies are absorbed without fanfare. That's also very interesting when you work when you are just 10 to 100 employees and it's pre-revenue, it's such a good technology, but not yet reach product market fit or not yet hit fanfare that you can acquire and nobody cares, nobody knows anything about it, but Apple knows the importance that okay, how it will help with the ecosystem. Integration to existing products. Rubin rebranded embedded Slew became a core iOS feature. Wave 1's video compression likely improved streaming in TV Plus. Cohesive user experience and reinforcing brand is created on an aggregator of technology. Focus on strategic areas, reflecting the priority of physical intelligence, manufacturing, or roadmaps for Vision Pro, historical acquisition Prime Sense for Face ID, show pattern Prime Sense for Face ID 2030, targeting technologies 2 to 5 years ahead of product launches, suggesting 24-25 acquisitions are for 19 to health innovations by 27-30. Global reach. Wow, Prime Sense acquires globally diverse talent pools with 24 examples, 2024 examples including Canada, Darwin, Italy, France, Lithuania, ensures access to regional expertise while expanding R&D footprint, alignment with Apple's broader strategy. Wow, this reminds me like you can actually build a company, build a startup, considering that okay, this might be acquired by Apple. So you could pretty much do that. You could build to sell. You could build that startup to sell to Apple. Privacy first innovation, acquisitions align with commitment to privacy through private cloud, compute, competitive response, initially called off guard by ChatGPT's Verizon 22, pragmatic blend of internal development and external partnerships, discipline, 1.3 trillion market cap, massive cash reserves, fund frequent small acquisitions without straining finances, unlike debt heavy mega mergers by competitors. Low cost deals with that yield long term value, focusing on high impact, efficiency, production efficiency supporting Apple's sustainability goals, supply chain resilience, geopolitical tensions, long term vision, targeting emerging fields like robotics, exploratory projects for 25 health diagnostics, future markets such as smart homes, medical devices, while refining current products, integration risk. AI team restructuring aims to address this by embedding expertise directly into product teams. Cultural fit may struggle to adapt. Babel secretive hierarchical structure, culture, potentially leading to talent turnover, integration risk, delays in the advanced features, embedding expertise directly into product teams, perception of lagging, seamless integration privacy, regulatory scrutiny, sentiment and context, made in 2018, deliberately vague to maintain secrecy, actually investing in growth without disclosing sensitive details. Bake Off would best complement intelligence, Other system-wide features: selection of ChatGPT, context, strategic pivot, reduce reliance on traditional search partners amid declining Safari search volumes, rising popularity of conversational EDQ, senior VP of services testify antitrust lawsuit. Searches dipped in 25, attributing this to users shifting to AI-powered alternatives, search integration. Because part of evaluating providers, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, DeepSeek, Excel's Grok to integrate conversational AI into Safari and CU, offering users more intuitive natural language-based interactions. Contextual CU response wiring towards visual intelligence, not yet competitive with industry leaders, prompting the need for external partnerships, competitive pressure. Face criticism for lagging in generative AI compared to others. A pragmatic move to leverage external expertise while develop this proprietary execution. Competing quickly strengthens social integration and Anthropic focus on safe and interpretable AI potential alternative DeepSeek less prominent player be considered for cost and niche capabilities developed by its AI, offering a unique perspective of its truth-seeking mission. Truth-seeking evaluation criteria: performance, accuracy, speed, contextual understanding of responses, especially for complex queries. Wow, it's crazy. Like perplexity wasn't even picked over here. Privacy, alignment with Apple's privacy-first approach, including on-device processing and minimal data sharing, scalability, ability to handle millions of iPhone users' queries without performance bottlenecks, integration ease, compatibility with the ecosystem, scalability, ability to handle millions of iPhone users, privacy-first approach, performance, user experience, natural conversational interactions, and cost and terms, strategic terms of partnership, avoided cash payments, leveraging its massive user base as a compensation. Mm, Landmark integration, avoided cash payments, massive user base as the compensation. Head-to-head testing, tested providers, models, on-sample queries, tasks, and edge cases, multilingual support, visual processing, contextual follow-ups, internal metrics, and use benchmarks like perplexity, coherence, or task completion rates to compare models, stakeholder input, ensure strategic alignment. So before the integration was announced with final terms finalized by May 24. Performance edge. Service performer offering superior conversational abilities, image generation, handling of complex queries on par with recent versions. Maturity and market leadership likely tip skills, privacy alignment. Adjusted their privacy policies to meet Apple's standards, allowing account-free access, securing IP addresses, and prohibiting data use for training without user consent. Flexibility for future revenue sharing aligned with Apple's partnership model. Brand recognition, a marketable AI feature to counter perceptions of lagging in the AI race. Integration details. Complexity queries, recipe generation, problem solving. These on-device model is insufficient. Prompted for permission before data is shared. Writing, enhancing system-wide text editing. Visual intelligence. Rollout. No OpenAI are required, though premium subscribers get enhanced capabilities on exclusive partnership. Kept the door open for other providers planning to add Gemini later, holding discussions with Perplexity, Anthropic, XAI, potentially choose providers in the future, positioning Apple as a platform for services rather than a sole provider. Reduced Google dependency. Monopoly, which has paid Apple 18 to 20 billion annually for default Safari placement, integrating. Hmm. So they're actually losing revenue over here because because Google used to get 18 to 20 billion. Potentially Perplexity aligns with Q's belief that AI providers will supplant traditional search engines. Privacy control. Bake or emphasize privacy. Minimize data sharing, anonymize requests on device processing for basic tasks. Grips anonymizes requests before they reach OpenAI, giving user control via opt-in prompts. Was a coup. I read 157 billion giving access to Apple's 1 billion plus iPhone users. For Apple, it provided a quick way to deliver competitive AI features, calming investor concerns about lagging in AI. Relying on ChatGPT admits Apple's current LM limitation, exposing it to risks if OpenAI's models underperform or face privacy issues. Future AI ecosystem, building a flexible platform allowing integration of multiple models without over reliance on one provider. Neutral battlefield in the AI platform wars, hosting best-in-class services rather than competing directly with OpenAI and Google. Internal chatbot meets strides, with executives claiming it's on par. Made on a fully proprietary Sierra 26. Mm. Pushing during the Apple's Google search deal, pushing Apple to explore AI alternatives to avoid regulatory penalties. Effective strategy to stay agile. Providers like Grok could disrupt with unique offerings. Grok is just inserting itself over here. Okay. Quality concerns. Hardly pragmatic, but ready for prime time. Privacy risk. 30% of smartphones fearing data leaks. Aim to mitigate anonymization, aim to mitigate but organize past security issues. Raised skepticism. Delays. Yeah. Let's see this one. Investing since 2010. Historically on narrow on-device machine learning, face ID photo processing, leadership roles. 2018. Centralize the efforts. Less attuned to the chatbot boom. Craig. User experiences for integration made them cautious about adapting unproven technologies. Delays. Delayed partly due to leadership misjudgments. Underestimation. Initial skepticism. Combined impact on delays. Okay. Search algorithms. Structured data, not conversational AI. They prioritize privacy-centric AI, such as on-device models for Siri photo analysis. Market shift toward generative chatbots, misjudgment, were hype less practical. Doubt on resource-intensive LLMs. Generative AI that delayed development of a competitive LLM, leaving it reliant on external providers. Impact on delay series limitations. Older architecture. was capable of handling complex open-ended queries. So when retooling pushing its release to 90.4 or later, resource allocation, non-chatbot, computer vision, health analytics, diverted resources, slow development, internally tested as ask for Apple Care. Partnership necessity, underestimation as a stopgap, getting complex queries, was a year behind. Evidence, evidence. Initial dismissal, noting a surprise. 22 success. Reactive scramble to accelerate the efforts, including acquisitions. Missing the boat on generative AI, attributing delays to his conservative approach. Hmm. While investing heavily, smaller efficient models, and then investing heavily in generative AI, competitor leaving it reliant on external providers without adopting resource intensive. Wow. Resource allocation partnership. Okay, great. For championing policy user-centric software, conscious about integrating errors due to their computation complexity, privacy challenges, and potential for errors, hallucinations, prioritizing reliability and seamless integration over experimental technologies. Championing polished user-centric software was cautious about integrating due to their computation complexity, privacy challenges, and potential for errors. Question the value of being resource heavy and misaligned with on-device processing. We're adopting cloud-dependent elements which clashed with the privacy stance. Refining the iOS feature, rather than pivoting to generative AI, he believes Siri could evolve incrementally without a full LM overhaul, underestimating user demand for conversation context-aware assistants. Internal buy-in for a Moonshot AI project, showing the development of a proprietary LM-based chatbot with Apple later tested. Delayed Siri overhaul. Reluctance to embrace LMs meant C's architecture wasn't prioritized for generative AI upgrade until GPT success. And monolithic model, technical hurdles, linked features, self-integration, system-wide triage approach, where Apple pulled back underperforming features for refinement. Stretched engineering resources. New frameworks incompatible with existing iOS pipelines has led to a triage approach, where pulled back underperforming features for refinement. Cultural resistance, conscious approach fostered a broader reluctance among software teams to adopt LLMs, requiring cultural shifts, spurred by external pressure, and Tim Cook's push for acceleration, reliability, and price implications. Internal testing showed LLMs could be adapted for on-device use with private cloud compute. Skills delayed transformation, on-screen awareness, cross-app actions, personal context. Required a complete rebuild, pushing its debut to 26. Reactor partnerships, Bake Off, ChatGPT, PR competitors, resource allocation, market perception, disaster due to the party, Saturday has reason Apple had to play catch up with OpenAI and Google despite its privacy and hardware advantages. Cultural conservatism, risk averse culture, food basket release, focus on polished software. Engine Andrea's incremental AI approach slowed adoption to stronger technologies, unlike OpenAI's rapid iteration while external pressure. Cancellation-free resources for AI, but his initial focus on robotics further delayed chatbot development until Tim Cook redirected priorities. Mitigation and progress, leadership shift, positions, internet advances, future outlook. Really cool. Okay, that's the stream. Thank you.